So, timestamps exist in case you just want to skip forward, and the funny thing is, I lied to myself because I'm just gonna use CM12, my CM12 gold chip, even though the composition I'm about to use is not gonna make much sense, but I'll show you right now. So, as we get into this, oh my goodness, this is gonna be really weird. I mean, the thumbnail probably would have already showed you, but I'm just going to use, I think it's this gold chip. It's literally the same gold chip I use in CM12. If it's not, well, hey. The reason I'm not happy with this gold chip is because, as you can see she doesn't have a lot of acceleration. Not like the gold chip that I wanted to use, which I think is this one. Which, yeah, it doesn't do too well. I tried to make her a pace chaser and try to meme around, but I figure, I'm gonna lose too many matches. Not that that means anything, because you'll still get rewards for playing well, but yeah, as you'll see in a moment, as we go to Maruzensky here, it's a Maruzen. I am gonna do my best. I shouldn't have made her a front, but trying to make her anything else was too hard for me while maintaining the stat lines that I wanted, so I'm shrugging in real life as I say, I'll do my best. So at least I have 2 people up front, and then here's, I think it's this Suzuka, funny enough, because I didn't care about the speed. If the power is too low, she won't be able to perform her duty as a runaway and just block a lot of angling and scheming. Not that she can if, because she's missing a lot of skills because she was made in Aoharu, but I'm shrugging again as I say, I'm going to do my best and just work with the gold chip I've got. So as we move on here, we'll do this first one. Again, as always, we'll do the first one. As now that we're on the rerun of Champions meetings, yeah, I don't know what else to say. We'll do I might do some repeats here because depending on when the period of CMs happen, because they're accelerated as well, we have less time to train. That being said, it's not exactly an excuse because I think we have more daily borrows for that purpose. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. I don't remember the exact reason for the 5 daily borrows, because I swear we had 3 daily borrows back in the Japan server. Oh my goodness, I'm going crazy. But we'll take a quick look here because why not, right? So it's really important here that you have 1000 stamina, 600 guts, or some version of that. And the very thing I was afraid of happened. I'm running into Kitasan Blacks that are built for the built for this Champions meeting. If I had made a better Maruzensky, I would feel a lot better, but no, that's not the case. So without further ado, yeah, we'll see what happens here. That being said, a lobby full of paces will also be a little bit iffy. Less than 500 guts, as we're seeing here, tends to cause some stamina issues with bad RNG. Shrug, is this a debuffer Biwa? No, it's not. So, as we move on here, yeah, not really much else to say. We'll get into the race shortly. But yes, because I keep trying to force gold chip into these Champions meetings, I could have used a Majid Orion. I think I would have preferred a Majid Orion. I tried Daiwa Scarlet, basically just using my team trial Uma Musume, because they're the ones who are pretty much the stronger ones. The problem was all of their stamina, so shrug. Because of this fake medium, but it is a medium for skill proc purposes, but you do want a lot of stamina and guts because I've seen a lot of stamina issues. But we'll find out what happens here. But by my own logic, I should have used either Super Creek or Agnes Tachyon. Either one of those 2 I feel would have been good as well. But depending on the strength of any frontrunners, Maruzensky won't be able to keep up well enough to, well, basically make things happen. That being said, because I added a few debuffs here and there, they're nice little touches. But really, RNG has to all proc. Also Swinging Maestro would be much preferred, just in case we have debuffers. We thankfully don't have any, I don't think, in this lobby, but I promise you, I expect to see, I'm gonna guess like 40-50% minimum on round 2. Even though round 2 you expect people to have more stamina because of this 2400 meter race, you expect to see some stamina problems. So keeping that stamina while all the trainers are trying to keep their speed high, get medium S aptitude, it's a lot basically. Which is why I'm using the gold chip I'm using, because usually she should be able to catch up for some reason, because my Pace Chaser gold chip that I made for this Champions meet was oddly enough good enough to stand, and I'm expecting, I guess, if I'm expecting a full front runner Pace Chaser lobby, which isn't actually the case because I'm seeing a lot of, or I was expecting a lot more backliners like a Major Orion here. So I mean, if that happens, a Pace Chaser gold chip just happens to just flatline. Like I don't have nothing else to say. So Oddly enough, because I see that usually runaways usually help a lot of front runners and pace chasers, but I guess on the 2400 meter here, because the last leg is so long, it allows the late surgers and closers to catch up a lot more frequently. That being said, if you have a strong pace pace chasers really just win out a lot of the time, but as we see on Maruzensky push right here, yeah, it should be great. I also took I tried to take as many front runner debuffs as I could, velocity debuffs, because I just had a feeling things were going to be really, really bad for me. But otherwise, this is the moment, this last 400 meters here is when we expect late surges and closers to catch up here. Then if we start dueling, I should be able to pull forward, question mark? No, I guess not. Yes, we do. So, dueling plus home stretch haste. Please, please! I just want to win my first race at least. Okay, yeah. I think I ran out of stamina at the end there. But, anywho. So yeah, my Maruzensky is not strong enough to stay in the front, which is why I didn't want to make her a front runner, but I didn't really have any choice in the matter. Because any other Maruzensky I tried to make was, I promise you, she was not very strong. I think this is my strongest OG Maruzensky I've made though as well, so that should give you a clue as to the quality of Maruzensky's that I trained over and over and over, but shrug, right? It's day one of round one, and it's just round one in general. We'll see what actually happens in round two. But that doesn't mean that what happens in day one, round one, or day two of round one aren't important as well. So as immediately as we get a Seiyun Sky, yeah, this is gonna be interesting to see. This is I can't really reach these stat lines with Wits builds, unfortunately. So again, I would advise people to use Wits builds, but they just don't work for me. I do have the SR cards, but I obviously don't have a fine motion either, so that's on me. Again, taking a quick look around, don't need to really look because I expect everyone at this point any trainers who are participating in this champions meeting are most likely people who play Musume a lot, and so they can train well enough. It doesn't mean you need to be training every day, but they train very efficiently. Most of the time, anyway. But as we start this here, again, we're trying to run away so we can at least take angling and scheming. But again, it's usually the latter half of the race where we run into issues with the angling and scheming stops. So as you can already see here, my Silent Suzuka already failing to play runaway here. But I mean, she'll eventually catch up, but yeah, I expect my Maruzensky to stay third and below, while the Saiyan Sky stays in second. And even as we reach the mid-leg, Silent Suzuka might fall in the back here. So it's all up to Gold Chip to really keep this forward. I almost thought there were three Major Dobers here, but yeah, Major Ryan, Major Dober. I run my end closer because I am Gold Chip, but Gold Chip's not bad either. I mean, that's not to say Gold Chip is bad at all. It's just the acceleration really shows a difference here. So yeah, immediately seeing Silent Suzuka lose the first here, she's missing a lot. She has only 5 skills, no mid-leg skills, so shrug, right? If nothing else, it hits the stamina a little hard, but yeah, I didn't actually take a look at the Seiyun Sky's recovery skills, but if it keeps happening as it happens, then hopefully the stamina will work out. If it doesn't, well, angling and scheming is going to absolutely push away on this race. So I guess we're going to find out as we immediately see some errors with Maruzensky and Gold Chip's placement. Now, that being said, we're going to get Pump. That's about all we have, though. Never mind, we're not going to get Pump even then. So, shrug, guess we lose. Oh, goodness gracious. But yeah, we try our best, and you lose first place anyway. Again, the whole point of Runaway Suzuka is that she's strong enough to stay in first at this final corner. Even if she's only there for half a second, it hits hard enough where you lose the thing. Now, this Major Dober, on the other hand, might be from the same trainer, but you get the point. It's really a thing. Hey, dueling! But I don't think it's going to make the difference here, unfortunately. It is a lot, though. I'm 1200 guts, but yeah, without enough stamina to last, it's not going to make a difference here. So yeah, late surger and closer city, and fun times ahead. Out of curiosity, let me take a look there. Top 3, but really it's all about who wins, so shrug, right? Yeah, so Major Dober, Gold Chip, shrug, right? Yeah, I don't run Wits builds, so it does help out, and it allows you to... And a Swinging Maestro, of course, and Daring Strike. All of which is a bit hard for me to run. I did give it a try, but boy, oh boy, is it a lot more difficult for me. But, anywho, yeah, I'm missing a lot of accelerations on the Gold Chip that I was using. So, again, it's because it's the same CM12 Gold Chip where it should be. It presents a lot of issues. Is that a double debuffer team, by the way? It looks like one. Let me take a look. I will look at this Kawakami Princess. Hey, it's a Kawakami Princess. But we see a lot of stamina. This time we have a lot of stamina. There's a Murmur. There is probably just a bunch of debuffs. And then another Murmur, question mark? Because usually... Wetting my, yeah, so double debuffer gold ship at the very end. Unfortunately, I'm running my Guts stamina gold ship, so we should be able to survive this. Yeah, we should be able to survive this, but, well, my gold ship will survive. Maruzensky will not, because Silent Suzuka, she's just supposed to be there to be there. But as we start this out here, we get outer post proficiency, so we get extra speed out of it. Unfortunately, yeah, anything else that happens after that is going to be very, very interesting, because this is going to be a very stamina oofed lobby. So I pray for Gold Ship to live, and that's about all I can really hope for, really. So, Rush Silent Suzuka doesn't really matter. It does hurt her staying in front, but again, as you can see here, we have the two fronts, but we have a runaway Suzuka with one Maruzensky, and I don't think anyone else is running fronts, so shrug. If that Kawakami Princess is a front for whatever, I don't even remember the exact aptitudes of Kawakami Princess. I just know that seeing her now and again is nice to see, because boy, oh boy, are we gonna, yeah, Gold Ship, Tamama Cross, Narita Taishin, and then into Meijiro Ryan, into Meijiro Dober. Those are the handful I like to see. Obviously, the strong fronts are going to be strong. Kida-san Black, Seiyun Sky. I think there's one more, not just mid lane. I'm talking about Uma Musume with late game acceleration. Shrug. But as we sit here and hope for the best, oh boy, is it going to be an interesting run. So as Maruzensky stays in front here, she doesn't get to proc Red Shift, because she must not be first. I'm mixing things up because I tried to train different Uma Musume for fronts, because I do have a Valentine's Bourbon, and I do have a, yeah, Red Shift, yeah, there's Red Shift. Never mind, I'm mistaking with something completely different. Now that being said, thankfully, for better or worse, we didn't get hit by a lot of stamina debuffs, but someone else is going to be going forward, because again, someone's running 2 stamina debuffers with a gold chip, so that's why we see this gold chip in front, making her closing into Maruzensky here. Again, my Maruzensky is not the strongest, she's just there to try to catch up, but shrug, right? It's a team comp. So as we sit there and just take our velocity and stamina debuffs, oh boy, oh boy. Funny enough, my Maruzensky took second there, so yeah, interesting to see that. But we also didn't proc Maestro. Even with Maestro though, we would have survived. Yeah, we would have survived, because there was only the 2 stamina debuffers, so that acts pretty much as a 1 stamina debuffer for each trainer. The problem is though that running 2 debuffers means, or the thing about that is that if you run velocity as well, I did see with the practice races I did see obviously an improvement, hoping that the 1 lone ace is very, very good, which, you know, when you have the accelerations, you don't need to be SS or UG. You can be S+ and still make do. It's a bit difficult at that point, as someone who tried to run that in a CM long ago, but shrug, right? Anyway, here's 5 fronts. Goodness gracious. So all up to Silent Suzuka to steal first place, again, for like even just 20 meters at where angling and scheming can proc. But otherwise, yeah, we sit here and lots of gold chips, Mihono Bourbon, Meijiro Dober, we know the deal at this point. Not really much else kind of sitting here to see. But at the same time, I didn't take a good look at that last team just to see of how many velocity debuffs they were. But again, I don't run what's build as much. So, keeping in mind, I mean, we can go into a bit of the training as we just see Silent Suzuka try to run away here. Maruzensky is, I just did my best. Gold chip I tried, but again, the gold chip I'm using here is CM12, so the gold chip I tried, she's missing a lot. Even with 600, 700 wits, that's still too low. I might as well just been using this gold chip, which, an extra 100, 200 wits I don't really care about. It has to literally be like 900 or nothing at all, so. And with that said, it has to be 900 wits along with the stamina and the power requirement, because anything less than 700 power, you're going to have a hard time taking that final leg. It's really bad. Now, at this point, again, the gold chip I tried to make was a pace chaser. She has like 4 or 5 XLs, because I also just was greedy enough to grab Ignited Spirit Power. It's not the make or break, but it's nice to have a lot of accelerations. Unlike this gold chip, who all she has is Let's Pump. So, shrug, right? And then, yeah, this is where the runaway fails, because if your runaway is not strong enough to stay in front, it doesn't work out well. Sometimes she can, but I'd rather that than try to train a third ace who doesn't really do anything but block my own Uma Musume, which is what happened in CM7, I believe. So I remember that specific number because something ridiculous happened during those entries. So that just makes me very sad. My gold chip, however, doesn't seem to be getting any closer. So this is going to be a really, really unfortunate front runner lobby loss. So off we go. Someone procced angling and scheming, but it wasn't someone that, yeah, it's not me. Not that I have angling and scheming because I tried to work with runaway Suzuka, but because, again, runaway Suzuka is a bit too weak here, it's not going to work out well. And we're too far behind this Summer Maruzensky in the Saiyan Sky, so it's not going to end well. Now, preferably, because my Maruzensky also has Nimble Navigator, but again, that requires the runaway strat to kind of fail, and because I made my Suzuka have high power, that's going to be harder to pull off, but if she doesn't have high power, she doesn't maintain the lead, along with any other skills. Obviously, you want the skills as well, but yeah, Summer Maruzensky, whee! So, taking it, wow, that was a really bad one. So, off we go. Now, if I really wanted to be really lazy, I would have also run basically 2 debuffers, 1 ace, but I didn't want to do that because I was trying to meme around with runaway front and then gold chip pace, but again, the pace doesn't work out as well. I promise you that. The thought behind it, though, was that we have a very front-loaded lobby, which allows Pace Chaser gold chip to work a lot better. But I figure since we're seeing what we're seeing now, I would have been wrong about that just to try to meme around, so shrug, right? But anyway, moving on here. We'll take a quick look at basically the first 4 here. Stamina looks iffy. Yeah, that'll work. Late. Meijiro late. Just Meijiro Dober in general, just being there. So, off we go. So if I don't ever look at skill, I just assume that enemy Umamusume or rival Musume, when they see XL up, I just assume they have the proper XLs being activated there. I mean, what else would it be if it activated at an opportune moment? So, shrug, right? Oh, Rush Maruzensky, yeah, she doesn't make it anymore. Hope for RNG downhills, but aside from that, I don't think it's going to work out. So, Swinging Maestro, so I was about to mention that. Even with Swinging Maestro, the Rush is, because my Maruzensky is missing quite a bit of stamina, it's not going to work as well. There's a Silent Suzuka. She doesn't seem to be, I think, spot struggle as well. Okay, she's definitely running out of stamina. The good news is that other Silent Suzuka, if she doesn't have a lot of stamina, she's also going to run out of stamina. So, shrug, right? But I don't know why this like, in every other race, like, no matter what the composition, even though I'm using this team, my gold chip can sometimes sneak forward. So I don't understand why I do this, why I see this for myself, but, well, shrug, I guess. Pain happens, but if everything else can work well, because the thing about Maruzensky, my training with her, is that the stamina requirement, I always end up either missing too much stamina or I miss out on like a literally 180 80 speed or 100 speed, which is not good, by the way. So also taking medium S aptitude would help out as well, but at this point I was just really looking for the XLs. The fact that my Maruzensky has S aptitude was kind of lucky here. But if gold chip doesn't sneak forward quickly really soon, then we are going to expect to see another loss here. But yeah, funny enough, in this specific instance, I mean, the front, it could be a front problem, it could be a misfire of skills, but again, seeing Silent Suzuka in front here with Runaway is nice to see, but if it doesn't happen, boy oh boy do bad things happen. But as we see a gold chip shoot forward due to acceleration stuff, yeah, there goes Maruzensky's lead. So, off we go. Without further ado, maybe we get something else, but unless we get a magic, yeah, we see some skills, but I don't think it's going to be enough next to an end closer gold chip, so shrug, right? But without further ado, into the next race we go. So, do we get a win on the final race? Because I don't think this is the final race. So, shrug. 3rd place, right? Yeah, 3rd, 4th, 9th. I mean, 3rd, 4th, really, because Silent Suzuka is expected to be last every single time, but shrug, right? So, off we go. Never mind, it's 1 win, 4 losses. But yeah, anywho. Again, I didn't get a good gold chip training. That's not an excuse. That is my fault overall, but yeah, without further ado, not really much else to say. We'll see what happens in the other entries or in day 2 if I don't make it to the next one. But even then, you're still getting a lot of rewards. I would still advise you to try. Now, maybe not the graded league if you can't reach that threshold, but if you can even just get some S Umamusume, I would say still try it. The rewards are well worth it. But I mean, if you're doing well in the open league, I guess you can just do whatever you want to, because your rewards will nearly be as good. I can't remember the exact calculations, but yeah, without further ado, not really much else to say. Thank you for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.